The Challenge Tour is once again back in China this week for the Foshan Open, the penultimate event of the 2018 calendar. And with one of the biggest purses on offer this season, the stakes are high for those with ambitions of the all-important top 15 ranking positions. One of those currently inside the top 15 is England's Oliver Wilson. The two-time winner this season has his sights set on a return to the European Tour next season. He opened his account this week with a 5 under 67 and sits in a tie for 10th. One of those in the field with his eyes on a different prize is Sebastian Soderberg. A good result this week for the Swede will see him close the gap on current rankings leader JB Hansen going into the grand final. His 6 under 66 today included 8 birdies, and he'll be pleased with the start he's made. Alongside Soderberg in a tie for 6th is the Scottish Hydro champion David Law. The Scot fired his way to 7 birdies today, with this one coming at the 11th. Law perfectly poised heading into round 2. England's Callum Tarrant comes into the week off the back of a second-place finish at the PGA Tour China Series last week, and he looks to have taken the confidence from that to Foshan Golf Club as he started proceedings with a 7 under 65. Dimi Papadatos heads into the week in the precarious position of number 15 in the rankings, and he's begun the week like a man on a mission. Just the one drop shot for the Australian, and he'll head into Friday alongside Tarrant in a tie for 2nd. Sweden's Oskar Längden has been struggling for form of late, but seems to have turned a corner here in Foshan. This delightful little chip in at the 11th, helping the Swede go bogey-free today and sign for a 65. But leading the way after day 1 is Jack Singh Brar. The Englishman went out in a stunning 7 under, which included an eagle at the par 5 5th. Another birdie would come here at 10 after this well-controlled approach. Singh Brar would find another gain at the 15th and would eventually sign for a 9 under 63 with no drop shots to take the lead by 2. Elsewhere, Chile's Nico Geiger made 8 birdies on his way to an opening 65, whilst the German Philipp Mayau fired his way to a bogey-free 66, which included an eagle on the last. Pretty much perfect golfing conditions were in store on day 2 of the Foshan Open, and with that the testing par 72 layout offered a magnitude of opportunities. One of those to take those opportunities into his grasp was the Australian Jack Wilson. The Aussie fired his way to a Friday 66 with 8 birdies to his name. He sits at 9 under par and is in a tie for 7th. Alongside Wilson in a tie for 7th is his compatriot Ben Eccles. Lying 80th in the Road to Ras Al Khaimah rankings, Eccles needs a good finish to secure his playing rights for next season. His 6 under today puts him in a good position to do just that. Sweden's Oskar Längden followed up his first round 65 with a solid 70 on day 2. His round included 4 birdies, including this one from way downtown on the 6th. It could have been better for the Swede had he not succumbed to a double bogey, but he's handily placed heading into the weekend. Another of those players well placed heading into the 3rd round is Scotland's David Law. A bogey-free 68 for the Scot today sees him just a shot off the lead. And that lead is shared at 11 under by 4 men. The first of them, Frenchman Victor Perez. Perez was another to go bogey-free today. His round also included 5 birdies and an eagle at the 18th. England's Callum Tarrant finished in the top 5 here last year, and he's on course to perhaps better that result this time around. His Friday 68 included 5 birdies, including one here at the 8th after this stunning approach, and he's firmly in the hunt for his maiden Challenge Tour victory. Jack Singh Brar struggled to match the quality of golf that gave him his lowest score as a professional in round 1. However, he battled his way to a gritty 70 in round 2 to remain in the frame for his 2nd Challenge Tour title this season. But the round of the day belonged to Scotland's Ewan Ferguson. The young Scot recorded a stunning 8 under on day 2, which included 10 birdies as he propelled himself 30 positions to the top of the leaderboard. Elsewhere, the Dane Mark Flint Hanstrup recorded a 6 under 66 to move alongside Law into a tie for 5th, while Chile's Nico Geiger continues his recent good run of form. He moves into a tie for 7th. Moving day at the Foshan Open with 22 players within 4 shots of the lead, it was bound to be a dramatic day, and it didn't disappoint. Starting the day just 2 shots back, Nico Geiger's day got off to the best possible start with his birdie at the first. However, the Chilean struggled to capitalise on that fast start and would end the day in a tie for 19th. Another of those in the chasing pack after round 2 was Denmark's Mark Flind Hastrup. This birdie at 6 got him into contention early. However, a costly mistake at 17 perhaps sees the Danes' title challenge slip. He sits in a tie for 16th. With JB Hansen missing the cut in Foshan, Sebastian Soderberg has the chance to make a dent in the race to the number 1 slot in the rankings. His Saturday 66 has given him the opportunity to do just that. He's at 12 under par. Heading into the week in 58th position on the road to Ras Al Khaimah, Adrian Meronk needs a big finish to get inside the top 45 if he has intentions of competing in the grand final. A 5 under round today for the pole has increased those chances, and he sits in a tie for 4th. Alongside Meronk in a 5-way tie for 4th is England's Max Orin. His round today included 6 birdies and could have been better had this eagle attempt not slid by. Just the 2 bogeys in 54 holes for the Englishman, and he's perfectly poised heading into Sunday. Jack Singh Brar has been in good form around Foshan Golf this week. However, he struggled to match some of the golf he's shown the previous 2 days. A 2 under 70 today for the Englishman. He's at 13 under par. Another with good form around Foshan Golf is Singh Brar's compatriot Callum Tarran. Tarran struggled on his front 9 as he went out in level par, but 3 birdies in his closing 4 holes will give the Englishman great encouragement heading into Sunday. He's in a tie for 2nd. But leading the way after 54 holes is the Frenchman Victor Perez. Perez has been in superb form of late and could have extended his lead even further had this eagle attempt gone in. Nonetheless, the Frenchman would sign for a 67 and he'll take a 2-shot lead heading into Sunday. Teeing off 2 hours before the leaders, Italian Francesco Laporta shot a superb 9 under 63, which included 6 birdies in a row to propel him into a tie for 2nd, while Sweden's Oskar Längden found 4 birdies in his closing 6 holes to consolidate his position inside the top 5. It was a dramatic championship Sunday at the Foshan Open, and with so much at stake, the action was bound to be of a high quality, and it did not disappoint. One of those out of the blocks early was the Australian Jack Wilson. This superb approach at the first would set up an early birdie for the Aussie. However, his title challenge would fall short. He ends the week at 16 under and in a tie for 7th. One ahead of that mark was England's Jack Singh Brar. The Englishman struggled to match the form from his first round 63 over the last few days. However, he can now take great delight in the knowledge of securing his European Tour card for the 2019 season. Sitting alongside Singh Brar at 17 under and in a tie for 5th is Darius van Driel. The Dutchman was another to set his stall out early on Sunday, with 3 birdies in his first 6 holes. 2 bogeys would cancel out further gains later in his round, but he capped off a fine performance around Foshan Golf Club with his stunning approach into the par 5 18th to set up an eagle, which he went on to convert. A solid week from this year's Uran Bank Open winner. One of the form men, Sean Crocker, was one to look out for on a Sunday, and the American showed just why that was the case, as his round included 5 birdies and an eagle. A Sunday 66 for the American, ending the week in a tie for 3rd, and with it claiming 14th spot in the road to Ras Al Khaimah. England's Max Orin was in sensational form on Sunday. He carded 4 birdies in a row, including one here at the 5th, after a sublime recovery from the fairway bunker to take an early 2-shot lead. Another would come at the 8th, and after another superb iron shot here at the 12th, he had an opportunity to add to that tally even further. Solid from the Englishman, and he would be at 18 under with just 1 to play. The 54-hole leader Victor Perez struggled to get any momentum going for his front 9. This birdie at the 5th a rare highlight, but he would manage to cling on to Orin's coattails and also sit at 18 under with just 1 to play. Scotland's Robert McIntyre has quietly gone under the radar so far this week, but the Scot showed why he was such a force to be reckoned with, as he delivered 5 gains and no drop shots to push himself to the 17 under mark. After missing the green with this approach on 18, McIntyre knew he would have to hole to have any chance of claiming the title. A huge putt from the Scot, an eagle at 18, and he would set the clubhouse lead at 19 under par. With Oren missing the opportunity to join McIntyre at 19 under, it was just Perez who could spoil the Scottish party. An extraordinary putt from the Frenchman, and that meant it would go to extra holes between himself and McIntyre to see who would prevail. With McIntyre not finding the green with his second shot, Perez knew he'd have the opportunity to take advantage. Another stunning shot from the Frenchman, perhaps delivering the knockout blow. It meant that Perez only had to tap in his birdie to secure his second Challenge Tour title of his career, sealing his promotion to the European Tour. Cue the champagne celebrations. Elsewhere, Adrian Meronk's tied 7th position wasn't enough to see him take a place in the grand final, while Oscar Langdon capped off a fine week in Foshan, signing for a Sunday 66 out of 16 under total. But it's Victor Perez who takes the title, and with it moves up to second in the rankings. The race now takes its final journey as the Challenge Tour descends on Ras Al Khaimah for the grand final.